to Legal Matters with the Crosby Law Firm. I'm Mike Garrigan, and my guest this evening is attorney Michael Crosby with the Crosby Law Firm. Legal Matters is an informational and news call-in show devoted to legal topics of interest to State Line viewers. We have attorneys standing by right now to take your call at the number on your screen. We'll provide you with free information on your issue, so call now and throughout the next hour. Time for tonight's opening statement. In our first segment, we'll talk about the practice area of Social Security disability claims. And in our second segment, we'll continue our popular You Want to Know question and answer segment devoted to questions posed by the viewer. Before we get started tonight, let's take time to remind you of the practice areas that the Crosby Law Firm concentrates in. The Crosby Law Firm has a Center for Divorce and Family Law, an Auto Accident, Injury, and Social Security Disability Department, a Bankruptcy Institute, an Office for DUI, Traffic, and Criminal Defense, an Advanced Care Plan and Probate Center, a Division for Real Estate and Business Matters, and a Department for Immigration and Naturalization Services. So please feel free to call. It is a free call, and discuss any of these practice areas with the attorney standing by. And now tonight's main topic, Social Security disability. And Michael, I know that May every year we celebrate Law Day, which was established by President Eisenhower in 1958 and through a joint resolution of Congress in 1961. So discussion about Social Security disability and a celebration concerning the rule of law seems appropriate right now. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely, Mike. Thanks for having us tonight. It is Law Day, celebrated in the month of May. Social Security disability claims, Law Day kind of go hand in hand. Law Day is all about recognizing that we're a nation of laws. The Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, so forth and so on. Disability claims are a legal right that American citizens have in our country. Matter of fact, a recent edition of the ABA, American Bar Association magazine, has a whole host of articles on disability law. And I thought when I read this and I thought about Law Day, and I thought this would be an appropriate topic for tonight's discussion.
Okay, and I know earlier today off camera you shared with me some thoughts on the Americans with Disability Act in general and also Social Security disability claims in particular. Some of those comments really struck me, grabbed my attention. So could you please share those with the viewers?
Sure, Mike. As I've mentioned to you before, some time ago, back in the late 70s, I was counsel to U.S. Senator Bob Dole, who later ran for President of the United States.
Sure.
And in the Italian campaign during World War II, he was struck down, severely disabled, fought back and went on to live and have a very distinguished career in our country. But his entire right arm is disabled.
Oh, yeah.
And I became very sensitive to those issues as I worked with him. In 1990, when President Bush signed the American for Disabilities Act, Senator Dole was the Senate Majority Leader and kind of the spearhead of that act. And so that's resonated with me for a long time. I've also incurred a small disability of my own, lost a finger, and my entire arm was disabled at one time. The finger's been sewn back on, but that too resonated with me, and I think enables me to empathize with the kind of struggles that folks can have with disabilities. My loss of a finger, minor compared to what Senator Dole went through and minor to what a lot of our clients go through, but nevertheless, I think makes me particularly sensitive to this area.
That's what I was going to say. This whole area of Social Security disability really hits home with you, doesn't it?
No question about it. And that's why I'd like to think that in our office we're able to go the extra mile for those that have suffered from a disability, whether it be mental or physical disability that may be entitled to a disability claim through the Social Security Administration.
And so, Michael, if our viewers have a disability, they may have a legitimate claim for Social Security disability benefits, which could help sustain them financially. Yet you are also sharing with our viewers the complexity connected with that matter. That said, what is the next step for any of our viewers with a disability?
Well, that said, I wish that the process was a bit more simple than it really is, but nevertheless, it is a right that most of our citizens have. There are basically two kinds of disability claims. One is disability insurance benefits, and one is supplemental security income. Two different claims, two different processes. Many times we will file the claims concurrently together so that our client may have the choice between the two of them. It's a very complicated process. We don't get paid a fee unless we collect for you. So if you're suffering from a disability claim, I encourage you to pick up the phone, give us a call, be happy to provide you with a free consultation so that we can review the merits of your claim. Remember, it's conditioned, our fees are conditioned on winning for those that are disabled.
Very important to note that for sure.
Absolutely.
And we are going to take a short break now, but we want to mention again, attorneys are standing by live, manning the phones for those free calls. So keep those calls coming, 815-397-2006. When we come back, it's time to bring back our popular You Want to Know segment, where we answer questions we've received from the viewers.
At the Crosby Law Firm, solving your legal problems and making your financial life easier is what we're all about. Unlike many law firms, we have options to help you reach your goals. Representing clients in many areas of law, we offer free initial consultations, flat fees instead of hourly rates, so you'll know where you stand. And if you need extra time to pay, we offer payment plans to meet every client's budget. Call the Crosby Law Firm today at 815-397-2006 for your free consultation. It's a new day in the Rock River Valley. Construction projects are underway. The housing market is recovering, and confidence is returning. As we celebrate this perseverance, the state line is prouder, stronger, and better. And so too are the individuals who have relied upon the leadership of the Crosby Law Firm to protect their rights. In honor of the American spirit, the Crosby Law Firm proudly salutes we the people of the state line community.
Welcome back to Legal Matters. In response to the enormous support, thousands of telephone calls, and positive feedbacks from you, the viewer, in connection with the Legal Matters show, we are continuing our rapid-fire question and answer segment called You Want to Know. In an effort to protect viewer confidentiality, please understand that we are only using first names. We also may alter the location of the viewer and the nature of the question somewhat, again, to protect those asking the questions. And our first question tonight comes from Alex. She did not disclose her location, but it reads as follows. I don't know what I can expect from an attorney. I think I am in need of one, but I don't know the process. Probably a common question.
Very common question, very good question from Alex. As I've mentioned before, most of us in the American society may visit a doctor 1 or 2 times a year. When it comes to visiting a lawyer, most people visit a lawyer 1 or 2 times in a lifetime. So I understand the difference. And in our office, to help our prospective clients, we provide a free consultation. We'll do our level best in 99% of the cases that are not contingency fee cases to provide a flat fee to the client, and where it's needed, we'll examine a payment plan for the client. So we try to reduce the stress level for the client, try to relate to the fact that they've not been in to see us before, try to relate to the fact that they usually see a lawyer once or twice in a lifetime, and that's why the free consultation, that's why the flat fees.
All right, alleviate the fear and stress.
Absolutely.
We do have another question. It's from Deanna in Boone County, and she asks, my husband and I are having some serious marital issues that may very well lead to a divorce. I am thinking about quitting my job and taking my kids and going to live with my parents in another state. What are my rights?
Very good question from Deanna. If I were to take my lawyer hat off and put my counselor hat on for a minute, I'd caution Deanna to go very, very slowly here. Needs to think in terms of her support system. Does she have family here, or is the family in another state? Best to come in and confer with us. If one of the 2 spouses decides to leave the state, take the children with, and contemplate filing divorce in the other state, that can have untoward consequences, ramifications that weren't intended, a ripple effect that can make things even more negative. So you really want to go slow. I understand the need for some people to say, I want to go home, I want to be with my parents, my family, I need some security right now, but leaving the state with the children and the spouse, the other spouse, not being able to be around those children, major repercussions. Go very slow, very cautious. Please visit with us on those kinds of issues. That's why we provide the free consultation, so that we can examine all those issues, so that we can help you navigate a very difficult time and make some good choices.
Yeah, a lot of people involved in those decisions.
No question.
Our next question was the one on immigration that we didn't get to last time. It comes from Mason in Rockford. He asks, as an American, I've watched with interest over the last decade or so our country's debate on immigration. How does your law firm assist immigrants wanting to become naturalized citizens?
Very good question. We all know it's a very controversial issue, border protection, security issues, so forth and so on. It really depends on whether the person coming to visit with us has a green card, a work visa, or is here totally illegally. There's all kinds of different variables that need to be taken into account. We're doing more and more immigration work in our community. Very important issue. We're all immigrants at some level. So we're a melting pot. That's the strength of our country. And so our office will do its level best to work with you if you want to become a naturalized citizen. And it's driven by, again, are you here with a green card, a work visa, are you here legal, are you not here legal, so forth and so on. I'd encourage you to give us a call, though. We do a lot of this work, and we're all about attempting to help you meet the American dream so long as it's legal.
Right, exactly. Our next question comes from John in Rockford. He says, I was the recent victim of an auto accident, but the lady who hit me was in such a hurry, we didn't call the police, so we exchanged numbers and went on our way. Now there's a dispute regarding the repair of the car, and worse yet, I think I pinched a nerve in my neck. What should I do?
You've got the lady's name, you got the lady's phone number. Good question, John. If you've got her name, you got her phone number, and if she was at fault, there's things that we can do for you regarding the repair of your car and regarding the personal injury that you sustained. Vitally important that you visit with a physician, get properly diagnosed, so forth and so on. Again, when it comes to auto accidents, we don't recover a fee unless we recover for you, John. So I would encourage you, all the other viewers out there who may have been involved in an auto accident where you think you've been victimized and hurt, please give us a call. Be happy to go to bat for you. That's what we do.
Okay, see if we can get through a couple more questions. Next one comes from Adrian in Winnebago. I was driving home from a party and I was a little drunk, so I decided to pull over and sleep it off. Next thing I know, the cops are knocking on my window. Am I getting a DUI, and how is that possible?
Very good question, and indeed it is a paradox. We want to encourage people that have drunk too much to pull off the road, and we want them to be safe and we want the other drivers to be safe. But the fact is, if they've pulled off the road and they were drinking in an intoxicated state, and the police officer's able to deduce that they were the ones drinking, they very well may get a DUI. If they do, please visit with us. We'll be happy to help you. Do a lot of DUI and traffic work in our office as well.
Okay, we're just under a minute. Here's another question from Jean. It's from an undisclosed location. And Jean asks, I just found out my recently deceased parents do not have a will. How do we decide how to divide their assets without a will?
Very good question. Unfortunately, Jean's folks should have had a will prepared, would have made this set of circumstances a lot easier. If they died without a will, it depends on whether they died in Illinois or another state. In our state, without a will, the government, the state, steps in and dictates how the assets are going to be dispersed and distributed. Much more complicated process emotionally, can be a much more complicated case financially. I'd encourage Jean to give us a call. We do a lot of probate work, a lot of advanced care planning work. We'll be happy to help you.
Okay, we do have Zach from Stevenson County. We'll get your question on home buying next month in the next segment, next time we do this. But for now, it's time to tell you again that attorneys are standing by to take your free call at the number on your screen. When we come back, we will talk with John Hanson from the American law firm. He will give his insights on bankruptcies.
At the Crosby Law Firm, solving your legal problems and making your financial life easier is what we're all about. Unlike many law firms, we have options to help you reach your goals. Representing clients in many areas of law, we offer free initial consultations, flat fees instead of hourly rates, so you'll know where you stand. And if you need extra time to pay, we offer payment plans to meet every client's budget. Call the Crosby Law Firm today at 815-397-2006 for your free consultation. It's a new day in the Rock River Valley. Construction projects are underway. The housing market is recovering, and confidence is returning. As we celebrate this perseverance, the state line is prouder, stronger, and better. And so too are the individuals who have relied upon the leadership of the Crosby Law Firm to protect their rights. In honor of the American spirit, the Crosby Law Firm proudly salutes we the people of the State Line community.